Welcome, and thanks for choosing MissingPage.com. In this video tutorial, we'll take a brief look at how you can create your first page. After logging in, we can begin by clicking on the Page button here to the left. I'll click once, and on our first tab titled Recipients, this is where we can list the contact information of our recipient, and we have the option of using an email address or phone number, or both, for the delivery of our page. In the uppermost field, let's name the page. I'll click once, and for this example, I'm going to schedule a birthday wish letter to our recipient, but this could also be done for wills and testaments, diaries, family albums, and more. So I'll title this Birthday Wishes and fill out the rest of the contact information below. For this example, I'm choosing to send this page to the recipient's email address. Please note that at the bottom we can click to add more recipients for this page as well. At this point, we can click on Next, and for the Record Upload tab, we can upload a document or a file, or even record a video or audio message using our computer microphone and webcam, as long as your microphone or webcam is enabled. But for this example, I'm going to upload a PDF file that I've created, so I'll come to the Choose Files and upload this from my hard drive. I'm presented with the Explorer window. You'll have the Finder on the Mac. I'll then choose my PDF document, click Open, and then select Upload. Please note that you can upload multiple files or record multiple videos or a combination of audio, video, and uploaded files. We can now see our file name, its size, and we have a field where we can enter a description. So let's go ahead and complete this field. Let's click on Next, and we are taken to the Maturity tab. And on our Maturity tab, we can specify the date on which the recipient will receive the notification. For our current example, I will choose the recipient's birth date. But if you're creating a page for a will or a conditional event such as a graduation or childbirth or death in the family in which you're unsure of the delivery time, you can always assign it to an executor to be delivered as per your instructions by clicking on the Executor button here. The executor will receive a monthly reminder to set the maturity date. You will also be notified when the executor sets the maturity date. But let's come back to the maturity date, and I'm going to select the birth date by clicking once. We are then presented with a calendar where we can make the selection. I'll choose a date. We can then choose the hour, as well as the minutes, and AM or PM. We can also select the time zone we'd like to use. Let's click on Next. On the Description tab, we can enter a description of the page that will be sent as a message to the recipient by email. I'll enter my description, wishing you a very happy birthday. And let's now move on to our final tab by clicking Next. Here, we can see a summary of the page that we have created, including the name of the page, description, the recipients, and the maturity date. This is a great place to double check that all of our information is correct. At the very bottom of this tab, we have the option to Publish on Newsfeed. If this checkbox is selected, then all the uploaded files of the page will be published on the newsfeed upon maturity, which can be viewed by all users of MissingPage.com. Now that we have double-checked that all of our details are correct, we can click on Submit. We'll then be presented with a confirmation window that shows our page was successfully saved. Let's click on OK, and at this point, we can click on our Missing Page avatar or name in the upper right-hand corner, select My Pages, and here we can view our recently created page or any others that we have created in the past. Once the maturity date for our page has been reached, the recipient will then receive an email notification because that's what we chose for this particular example. The email will contain a claim code which is needed for the recipient to claim the page. The recipient is required to create an account on MissingPage.com, and once logged in, click on the Page button at the top of the website, or click on the link that was contained within the email and use the claim code as we saw previously. Here, the recipient has an option to enter the claim code. The website validates against the email address. If no email, but only a phone number has been given during the creation of the page, then the recipient has the option to validate against that phone number. The phone number only option gives the ability to claim a page for your dependents without creating a separate account for them, as long as you know the phone number and claim code. In case of an email only option, the recipient is required to have his or her own account to claim the page. Once you enter the claim code and click on Submit, you will be taken to the Claimed tab under My Pages. Here, you have the option to view the files associated with that page. This page is a very powerful tool that can be useful in any of the following ways. A grandparent or parent with terminal illness may want to record video messages for their kids on their future birthdays to be scheduled for the next 10 years. An employee of a company that wants to be a whistleblower, but only report it after a certain date in the future, a pre-recorded message gives them the extra credibility, and selecting it to publish on the newsfeed will display the message to the public. A chef that wants to share his master recipe with his followers upon completion of a course, a partner in an abused relationship, or a person whose life may be in perceived danger wants to let the loved ones or law enforcement agents know who could be the possible suspects in the event of their death. A grandparent wanting to reveal the details of his or her will to all of his or her descendants upon his or her death. A perpetrator of a crime that wants to confess to the victim or victim's family, or even to law enforcement upon his or her death. A spy that wants to reveal his or her identity upon death. A spy that wants to release the details of the atrocities committed by their government. A priest that wants to share his pre-recorded doomsday predictions when certain events happened. A magician disclosing all tricks upon his death. A kindergarten teacher that has a message to her students upon their high school graduation. The phone numbers or email addresses of the students' parents can be used for the recipient while creating a page. And this concludes this video tutorial. Thanks again for choosing MissingPage.com.